listen, I don't know who you are all up in my energy. But I'm excited to meet you. Like, who are you, anyways? Like, first of all, Kona coffee flavored incense. This isn't even spiritual. This is just like, this is smoke and mirrors. This is, I need you to talk to me, but you don't get to know who I am. Like, this is very, like, protected energy. Like, they're just scoping out the place, it feels like. That's what it feels like. The energy is very much cigars. It's very much like smooth jazz bar saxophone. It's giving like bourbon and wood. Like, so it's just like, this isn't, it wasn't even spiritual incense. I got that incense for my husband for his birthday last year, which today is his birthday this year. So that's the other thing. It's like, whoever you are, this was a birthday present, so you're whipping out, like, you want something special, I feel like, what's the liquor not on the menu? Like, what's your aged, you don't like the instant gratification of a cocktail, you're looking for something aged. You like maturity. I don't know what's going on. And like, even though it's like Kona coffee, it was just like, it was the only thing that I had in there that was just like, you. It's giving espresso, honestly. I don't know. I know this sounds insane, but like, not that my husband's old, like, we're really not old, but just, I don't know, something, he's a very old soul to me, so that's interesting too. Like, an old soul likes maturity, likes the cherry wood, likes the dark, wood. Like, wood? You like wood? That's so funny. Okay, interestingly, I normally just let these fall out, but I'm taking one from the top of each of these decks. Okay, this deck is interesting because, like, it wants to call you out immediately. Like, I'm always just like, well, maybe like this time I pull this out, they won't go so hard. One can be significant to you. Oh, sorry. Getting used to this camera. O'Shea. The shine of gold fascinates, but also dazzles. So this is a negative Odu aspect. On the waning moon energy, it's time to banish all evil. So we're gonna read it directly and move on. And yes, I'm doing my makeup after this, because we gotta talk. And I need to do something with myself while we talk. Regent Orishas are Iami Agba, the eldest mothers. You have some ladies in there too. I feel like some aunties, some TTs. Keywords are malicious, tendency to lie, pretend, and dissimulate. Emotionally dependent, greedy, jealous, and vindictive, lives in dispute, spiteful, difficult to forgive. How much heartache and unrequited love? Under the influence of Odu O'Shea and its negative aspect, it seems almost impossible to find someone who returns all the love you have to give. But is it really better to be in bad company than to be alone? I'm gonna shut up, Bo. Harder than allowing yourself to be loved is learning to love yourself. Facing up to your worst faults so you are able to correct them. Therein lies one of the biggest challenges for your personal revolution. To look inside and recognize yourself, empowering your skills but working on your issues to reach the best version you can be. You've been accustomed to pointing fingers at others as if you have no part in what happens to you, forgetting that the key to personal growth is taking responsibility for your choices and paths. You are also able to invent stories and situations that almost achieve what you want. But who's really believing them? The golden shine of Odu Oshe will naturally attract eyes wherever you go, but its negative aspect makes you a sponge for negative energies. No wonder that even when you have someone there is still open, there's still an open wound in your heart. There's a typo in here. Loneliness frightens you as the night frightens a child, and that's the way you've been treating your relationships. Need and jealousy hardly combine with happiness and are an open door for depression and negative feelings, which will inhabit your thoughts at the most painful moments. How about taking a deep breath and recognizing that you're human too? So, wow. Oshi's shadow meditation. Love, fame, and glory might seem a nice place to be, but do I allow myself to be vulnerable? Am I showing myself the way I truly am, or am I living like a fantasy character just to feel liked and approved by people around me? It's giving like the worst kind of mask comes. Anyways, and I had my finger blocking it and then took it out because I was just shocked by this one. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to. Whose energy? And then waning moon. This is the phase in which the moon decreases in brightness until disappearing and dying for a few days. It is at a time of symbolic death and resurrection, making it the right time for the closure of everything that is no longer needed or desired. The banishment of negative energies, the release and ending of situations, and the reversal of unwanted situations. With that, it's time to reflect on what you want. After all, not everything we want is good for us. When a negative Odu card presents itself with the waning moon, it's time to retreat and admit that you can't have it all, no matter how hard you try. Considered a negative phase of the moon, this card reinforces the negative aspect of the Odu and usually indicates that there's no escape from the Odu's unfortunate predictions. At the same time, because it's also considered a banishment moon phase, you can seek to cut off the Odu's negative effect and influence with magical rituals. You finna need it, whoever this is. Like, fuck, bro. And then this. Sorry, I'm getting used to the camera and light because, like, I just need a natural light, and it's not sunny here. That's another thing. It has been sunny consistently for a few days, and today it's hotter than ever, but there is no sun in sight. None. It's cloudy. Like, it looks like it wants to rain, and that is not on the forecast. But it's dense like that. Like, what are you? Like, I am, like, someone's, like, lurking. Like, whoever you are, you're a lurker. And I feel like there's a few. This card came out. Moon. Okay, so and this is a big daddy energy. I had a feeling, like, it's not a person with in penis necessarily, but it's definitely mask leaning. Very mask leaning, very, like, gumshoe. Whoa. So the one that fell on the floor and the ones that came not facing up don't count because that was just a mess. Give me a moment. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys didn't hear that, but I'm gonna tell myself anyway. That's my hip at 32. Ugh. Okay. Sorry, that was a mess. This one as well was face up when all the other ones fell out. And I did want more. This deck is talking to you. This video is going to be long as fuck then. That's okay. Amulet. Scarab. And Sarcophagus. Have I not pulled Sarcophagus? Yeah, no, I did a reading for my homegirl the other day. And, like, after a while, what I'm really trying to say with that information is honestly, like, when you get used to a deck, it is true. You just kind of, like, feel like you've seen them because you just know them so well. So, I feel like it was just, like, maybe I'm tripping, but, Amun. Daddy. This is a divine daddy, like a top dog, papa. I am, like, breaking out like crazy to, like, these last couple days, so I've just been upping my skincare. You're very, like, good to yourself. I felt like I was being very particular today. Like, my day was very particular. Like, I did what I said I was doing. Down to, like, what are you? You're weird. I've been feeling you since yesterday. The hell? Anyways, I'm sorry. Just, I don't know why I'm just, like... Okay, it says here, Amun is fertility, growth, creativity, and prophecy. Originally, Amun was the god of air and was a deity in his own right. Over time, however, he became amalgamated with the sun god Ra, becoming the deity Amun-Ra. In his original aspect, he was strongly associated with the gift of prophecy and the art of divination, especially the use of oracles. So he would certainly have approved of this oracle deck. Amun communicated through the priests of the age, sending his divine messages via visions, dreams, and oracle tools. As a creator god, and through his link with Ra, Amun is associated with fertility, creativity, and growth. In a reading, the card of Amun symbolizes a time of growth, when you will change for the better, developing new skills, gifts, and talents as you go. He indicates you're at your most creative right now, so allow yourself the time and space for this creativity to blossom and grow. This card could also herald the fertility of something big, such as a new business venture or starting a family. This is especially the case of one of the Mother Goddess cards, such as Hathor, Isis, Est, or Mut are in the same spread. You do not have any of the other Mother Gods in here, but you did have some aunties in this O'Shea card, and they seem a little bit pissed at. Like, pissed at you? Pissed in general. So you have some feminine energy that in here that's yelling, and it did feel like three. Anyways, 3 specifically. Amun comes to encourage you to work on your personal growth. Do not allow other people to keep you small. You are meant to grow, change, and develop for the better. That is the point of life. Do not diminish your own light just because others shield their eyes. I'm not, like, the part of me that wants to feel bad for you right now, at this tongue lashing of a reading, I'm gathering that, like, it is, like, unfortunately, this is, unfortunately for you, you had to be talked to like this. I think you've been fucking around. Anyways, light card. Stained glass, it's giving that kind of, like, aesthetic mixed in with the wood. Like, there's something about you. I don't know. It's very interesting. Dawn, improvement, and happiness are the key ideas here. Each new dawn to the ancient Egyptians was a miracle because the sun was reborn from the realms of darkness within the Duat. Very much connected to Ra. Like, that's his whole thing, is, like, he is the light that comes up at dawn after being under there. Look it up. They firmly believe that the sun died each evening, or I can explain it, and descended into the underworld to be reborn again the following day. Breaking dawn was something to be celebrated, and as the light increased during the day, it meant that the sun god Ra was watching over them. So we have some affiliation with Amun from that other card. This is a lovely card, and it denotes a time of happiness and joy to come. It indicates that a new dawn is about to break out in your life. So no matter how dark or stagnant things might have seemed until now. The card suggests that a new light will shine bright within your life. This light might not happen all at once, but maybe more of a gradual glimmer like the rising sun. Something wonderful is on the horizon for you, a new miracle that brings great joy with you. If you have been feeling in low spirits lately or nothing seems to have been going according to plan, rest assured that things will improve for you soon. All good things are coming to you now, and you can bask in the golden glow of a new dawn. So it's like you needed the tongue lashing. Your Dark Night of the Souls, this is feeling like whoever I'm talking to, there's a tower moment attached. And there was a lesson that you're going to have to learn the hard way if you haven't already. This is not the end of the world. Obviously, like, you're fine. The amulet and the scarab card, just because I know this deck, are both about protection. I'll read them to you still, but, like, whatever you went through, I feel like, you know, grieve it, I guess, because you probably got your ass whooped. Protection, good luck, and magic. Amulets are very popular with the ancient Egyptians. An amulet is a charm that has links to the animal kingdom, so things like the scarab charm, a rabbit's foot, feathers, and so on. In Egypt, amulets were made for all budgets, so most people would have carried one or two. They were usually worn as a protective symbol, but could also be imbued with magic for a specific purpose, such as love charms or prosperity amulets. This card is an amulet in and of itself, and when it shows up in a reading, it offers gifts of protection and good fortune. It suggests a time of lucky breaks, opportunities, and chance encounters, which are all working for your highest good. This card foretells happy windfalls too, particularly if the riches or pyramid card are in here, which they are not. However, if the amulet is the only positive card in the reading, then it is cautioning you to protect yourself from ill wishes of others. Pay heed to this warning, be careful who you trust, protect your own interests, and maintain strong boundaries. Like, basically, I hope you learned your lesson, because I feel like that's kind of part of the lesson you learned, or are learning right now, just this Dark Night of the Souls, this tower, whatever it is that you needed to go through, unfortunately. We've all been there. Sometimes, well, I shouldn't say we all, some people really do just learn the easy way, but no, some of us learn the hard way for whatever reason. You learned the lesson, though. Whatever it was. And you're better for it, which is giving you a boost, right? Like, grace, forgiveness, redemption can actually, like, work in your favor. It's, you know, not always going to be sunshine and roses, and sometimes you gotta take some fucking L's, and, like, but you're back, you're here now, you have the second chance you prayed and manifested for. So let's fucking do this, right? So this is what I'm feeling from this reading. Scarab, renewal, second chances, fresh starts. The scarab beetle was a sacred creature to the Egyptians. Not only did they consider the scarab-headed god Khepri to be the one who brought forth the light of each new dawn. Light. Yeah, so what was done in the dark came to the light, but now you're in the light and you have an opportunity to do something important. I feel like you're dramatic, though. I feel like there are actually horrible people in the world, like really fucking bad, that deserve really fucked up bad things to happen to them, probably because of what they've done. Like, I watch a lot of true crime and, like, murder mysteries and stuff like that. Honestly, I like conspiracy theories about, like, government espionage and religion and shit like that, too. I love that shit. Like, I'm always just like, oh my god. So it's like, I feel like you're being fucking dramatic, because the world is really bad. Like, comparatively. So, like, take the L. You developed and grew as a person. I don't know why I keep having to embarrass. Like, look, I keep talking about how long it's gonna take. And I'm over here chatting. Sorry. They frequently wore amulets and jewels in the form of scarab beetles, which they believed they would ward off diseases and death. They associated these beetles with resurrection in the afterlife, due to the fact that scarabs lay their eggs in dung, rolled into balls, and then bury them underground. When the eggs subsequently hatched, the Egyptians considered this to be a form of resurrection and proof of the afterlife. The scarab card therefore represents some kind of renewal or rebirth to come. This is a time of second chances, second glances, and fresh starts. It could indicate a sudden change in life direction or a blast from the past. Old flames, lost loves, and reminiscing with old friends are also suggested by this card. Bear in mind, while the past can be revisited, it's not a place to stay. There may be things going on under the surface, good or bad, that have yet to come to light. So guard your heart if you take a trip down memory lane with an old flame. Don't be stupid. There's going to be an opportunity. It's going to put you in a situation. Don't be dumb. I don't know. The love and light in me is like, that's so rude. And I'm over here like, look, you seem hard-headed as fuck, actually. I'm sorry. Me too. It's fine. Look, like, sometimes you gotta be talked like that, especially when you're dramatic, because sometimes it just needs to come dramatically. Sarcophagus is your last one from this deck. Revelation, discovery, and disclosures are the key ideas. The highly decorated sarcophagi that we call the mummy is actually just an elaborate coffin. The real mummy is the wrapped body contained within. However, such sarcophagi have taken up a place in popular culture as being cursed things, which brings sorrow, misfortune, and even death if they are discovered. There is something rather spooky about these ancient receptacles of the dead, in spite of their great beauty and artistic attributes. When the sarcophagus guard comes up in a spread, it foreshadows a time of revelation and disclosure. You about to find some shit out, too. Like, not only do you have an upswing, you get the blessings, and you get the knowledge, you get the wisdom, and you get to bear witness. You do get justice. The divines did see all of those things. It's not just you. Everybody's gotta have these reckonings. This is what happens. You just gotta go there. It has to happen. This is natural law. This is divine law. So, like, everyone's got to get there, right? Like, literally nobody's perfect. And you will bear witness. And, truths will be told, secrets revealed, dishonesty will be highlighted, and the dishonest held accountable. This can be a time of wonder or worry, depending on what has been revealed. If the revelations are positive, then you could enjoy a period of celebration and joyfulness, which has been stated throughout the rest of this reading. But if the discovery is of a more insidious nature, then this card heralds a time of shock and discomfort. Maybe that too, though, whatever you end up finding out. Whatever the situation, this card indicates a time of enlightenment, good or ill. You are no longer being kept in the dark, and the truth shall be revealed. How you respond to the disclosure and what you do with it is up to you. Damn, you're making my shit itch. You're making my shit itch, bro. Whoever you are. Let's talk about it. This was a tough one. You got yelled at. Bro. Sorry about it. So, like, ego death is super normal. Like, being wrong is super normal. Not being able to know everything is actually okay. You're not supposed to reach some age in life where you suddenly have infinite wisdom and understanding simply because you were alive, breathing in and out. Especially if you haven't spent any of that time of breathing in and out connecting with others. Because you've been in survival mode, rightfully so. But now, things are very different. And you get to do this the way that you are saying you've always wanted to do it, which sounds fucking beautiful to me. And you gotta go through some shit first. Or you have just gone through some shit, like both of those are coming up. Like, you already went through some shit, but some of you can feel it on the way. But a lot of you, honestly, already went through it. And you're just needing to be reminded that, like, when you get that kind of honest with yourself, like, that shit, yeah, you have your reckonings, everybody does, it's gonna be okay. I feel like the people who don't actually want to do better didn't do better, you know? They didn't try, so their reckonings come simply because the dam breaks. Whereas, like, the choice to usher in your own awakening is pretty interesting. That's a move you made. You didn't have to. Like, I'm gathering, like, you could have gone your whole life with that one to the grave. You've seen it work. You know how it works. You have used a little bit of it, whatever that power is. You've used a little bit of it, and it felt fucking good, and you knew it wasn't okay. Whatever that is. Honestly, a lot of the times, this power is just realizing you have free will and you literally can do whatever you want. It's just, the thing about it is the consequences of the things you want. And, like, there's just a natural law to those decisions that you make, no matter how much, like, you don't want there to be or were willing to do things to avoid those consequences. Now you're understanding, like, it's not, that part's not really up to you. I think you're today years old, not really, but I think that, like, and again, you're being fucking dramatic, apparently, because, like, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, you will bear witness to what you're afraid of being. I don't even think you have in you, actually. Like, I don't sense any of it, actually. I think that you think you're so bad. And you, like, fucked up, like people do, but, like, I get it. I do get it. I really do. Like, fuck. The stories I can tell. The mistakes that I have made. The reason why I am here today right now would fucking blow your mind. So, like, and it's only up from here for me. I've already, like, seen shit, like, I am so excited. I look so crazy. So excited for the future. No, but for real, like, if you were as bad as you think you are, I feel like you wouldn't be here anyway. Especially, like, 28 minutes into a video and I'm just starting my makeup and I just, like, cussed you out, basically, in the spirit. Or at least your aunties did. Some TTs cussed you out. Like, you're here because you are literally overreacting, actually. But, like, you're overreacting about, like, what you think you are as a result of the mistakes that you've made, and it's like the divine, I think, has been trying to be like, look, like, yes, you fucked up, and also, like, it is really not the end of the world, and we can work with this, like, I still called you to a thing, so, like, when you're done freaking the fuck out for no reason, like, can you clock in, is what I'm hearing. You have some gifts and some talents, and you're about to be blessed simply because you're merging with me, which is the source, and you're not, like, running away from things, you're not trying to run the show anymore. I'm hearing surrendering, and the definition not being what you were taught. Me too, with religious trauma, because they just be saying any fucking word, those guys, and make it into, like, the scariest thing. If you're collaborating with someone that has a job, or an entity that has a job, let them do their job. And if you don't know what their job is, you have no business calling on them anyway. Like, actually, just, or I should say, you can do whatever you want. You should probably get to know the things you're collaborating with, though. You know, like really, really get to know them because they've gotten to know you and are going to get to know you. It's a collaboration, but these beings, just as powerful as you are, they have their own source of power that, you know, you're not privy to. I'm talking to someone specific, by the way. Like, I don't believe I'm talking to, like, the collective of the world. There's just a person who's tapped into something really important, but you need to probably, like, next time you tap into that stuff that got you in that situation that we've been discussing because again, yes, you fucked up, you're just, again, like, it's gonna be okay, you had to take that L, and also as not to fuck up again, because in the reading somewhere one of these cards said just don't linger, you're gonna be brought back into an interesting space and that you're familiar with, and like you can visit but you can't stay. So that's I think why I'm kind of like like, because I think I know that it's tempting to use that toxic shit to do your job, to tap into that toxicity to do that work, and you've literally spent this entire time during your redemptive arc like doing your best not to, like, learning how to channel energy differently. So like you know how to not do that. I know that it seems comfortable to do it, and it might even be a little difficult to try this new method, this healthier method, while in that space. But you don't need it. Something about alcohol too, which is like, I think they're the least of their worries, but it is like, and alcohol, just like chill out, like you don't need it to be social. You're perfectly social. You're still you. You're not bad at this, is what I'm hearing. Like, you're good. You didn't, like, you became something new, but you are still fundamentally you, because it's like you didn't have to, like, I think that you were under the impression that if you were going to be on this redemptive arc that you had to just become a completely different person than who you are, when like being as true to yourself as possible was the point. Like, the issues that came from your life were simply because at the end of the day you weren't being yourself. And you were blaming fucking everybody else for that, is what I'm hearing. See, you tried to block your shit. Apparently, I am getting to know you as we're talking, because these cards, I didn't even say all this, like, the cards are coming out with that sassy shit, so, sorry. But yeah, I think that it's just, you just gotta calm down again. I feel like I have to keep telling you, like, you're not like the world's most ultimatist, most terriblest villain. Like, you're honestly, like, I don't think you realize that you don't even deserve more hardship. Just, because you doing the things and you're actually a good being, but there's a part of you that's needing to be reminded of the fact that, you are going to be in some familiar places, familiar spaces. You're gonna be tested in a way, but not in the, like, the divine's testing you, but you kind of have to test yourself, because, like, you are your environment, and you have to exercise that power. That's a very powerful gift, and you've gotta fucking train it, is what I'm hearing. Just because you're in that environment doesn't mean you walk into the space, and you, as the environment that you are, as the being that you are, this very powerful being, because you did block your shit, so, like, I'm not gonna deny that was pretty rad, but, like, you definitely still, like, you're fine. You're fine, but you are you are about to be in some familiar places. I know I keep repeating it, but it's just like, and just some balance. You know how to balance. You know what you're doing. You know how to do it. Ugh. I have potentially something in my eye. It's so annoying. It's funny, I'm taking like video editing courses and I do not feel inclined to splice these videos up ever. I really don't. Y'all are just here for the ride. Crap happens when you're doing makeup, it's fine. Ugh. It's gonna bother the shit out of me though. But that's why eyes tear naturally. And I have the blessing of knowing how to cry on command. Not playing. Yeah, what the fuck? Your energy's so dramatic. I love it, by the way. I'm a drama king as well. Like, 100%. Like, when I'm storytelling especially, like, oh my gosh, like, if I have a thing happen that I believe is absurd in my life, best believe I'm pulling the violin out. Like, we're going straight to the woe is me. And I know I'm being dramatic a lot of the times. I just need to get it off my chest because it's just so absurd. Like, even if it's, like, serious, but also absurd, like, I have to be dramatic about it before I can, like, process the reality of the event. So, like, maybe that's just your coping mechanism. But also, some of y'all are just really actually so dramatic. Like, in that way where it's like you want to be a bad bean. Because, like, I don't know, it's like you want to be, like, the worst bean, but also know that you're not and don't want to be. It's just, I think you, like, dramatize yourself. Like, it would be, you know, you're just, like, so dark and mysterious. Maybe because you want to justify your power. You can be powerful and not have, like, a super fucked up reason for it. Like, you could just be gifted simply because you're gifted. You can just wake up like that and be blessed, and you're allowed to have that, and that's what the divine wants from you. Like, since it's my husband's birthday and the energy is, like, really interesting, one thing that I admire about my husband is that he's very realistic about his musical abilities. In the sense that, like, he is fucking incredible. He's very fucking smart. So, like, he doesn't have to study. Maybe that's you. And maybe, like, you felt bad about having that privilege before because, like, other people shamed you for it. It's just jealousy. Don't take that shit on, bro. Just be the incredible thing that you were destined to be. You know? Be responsible with your shit. You know what we're talking about, is what I'm hearing. Like, but yeah, I think also, like, it's not that big of it. Like, seriously, like, are you seeing the world? Is what I'm hearing. Like, calm down. Simmer down. Settle down, is what Goody says from, Shorzy. I love Shorzy, by the way. I don't know if I keep talking about this show, but I keep telling my friends about it. It's on, like, Disney Plus / Hulu. And I don't know a damn thing about hockey. I really don't. But, like, I love that show. And I love the boys in those shows. Like, in that show. He's just so cute. They're all just so cute. I'm actually thinking of, Ted Hitchcock. I actually find him the most attractive in the show. As, like, an energy, and then I saw him in an interview, actually, while I was watching the show. I ended up, like, stumbling on, like, an interview he did, talking about being on the show Shorzy, and that, I clearly don't have the biggest crush on this person. Confirmation toss. Literally, my mirror just bounced off the bed, so, yeah, like, I don't know, actually, I don't even know what I was about to say. That was so weird. Anyways. Oh, yeah, in the interview, I don't really know how I got here, and, like, I'm clearly not that obsessed because I don't know, like, the actor's, like, real legal name. I didn't really look into it that heavy. But he's super cute to me from that show. And in the interview, like the actual person talking about being on Shoresy and all the things, and I think he's like an actual hockey player, if I remember. So he's just like, he is competitive. I don't know. There was an energy there. Like, he likes that. He likes that fucking sport, okay? Like, he likes that sport. He likes to talk about it, but he's also still really chill feeling. I don't know. Just, I was into it. And I like how he talks about martinis and stuff. Anyways, y'all should watch the show Shoresy. And then, of course, Sanguinette. Another person that I didn't memorize the name of, but, like, I'm over here, like, so hot. I'm a gay, so I'm just, like, those cuties in that one show that I can, like, look at, you know? Like, I'm not actually investigating these people, because I still think I'm very gay. Not that any of this is about me, but maybe we can have, like, a little bit of a jokey joke, because, like, yeah, you got your ass kicked in that reading, bro. I think, like, you're making it way too big, whatever it is. Like, you're giving it way too much power, and, like, you need to straighten up and fly right, because you have some shit coming your way, and you need to pull your shit together, is what I'm hearing. Just pull your shit together. You know you're getting good stuff. You know it's on the way. You know it's happening fast. You know we're working fast. You know, like, quit your bitching. Like, you're doing the whole, like, I'm gonna cry the whole time, and they're just like, oh my god, please don't. Like, no, please. Like, can you? No. Is what I'm hearing. Please no. Like, that's enough. You know there's no reason, actually. Is what I'm hearing. Gosh, it's taking so long. Why am I like this? Well, no. Honestly, we're like this. We're here together. Yeah, I'm just... There's just, you just gotta calm down, fam. But we could talk about, you know, more about the responsibility aspect. I think that it's fine to want to be reminded by, you know, the powers that be, you know, wanting spirit to remind you of the good things that are coming, because you're just so fucking tired of having all this bad shit happening. Like, you're just like, I want to trust this promise, but, you know, like, this is the first time. Like, you know, you're also being, you know, with the responsibility of your choices, you're also a curse breaker from all of this, you know, potentially the first in your line to break curses in your family by being the very first to do it all, including, you know, taking the L and not trying to manipulate your way out of taking responsibility for what you did. You know, you took that shit on the nose, you were honest, you repented, you did all the work that you needed to, the shadow work. You're feeling ready to be a human being again, you know. That's fucking rad. So, like, I'm happy for you. You're gonna be okay. And you do, like, have the promise of those amazing things that you manifested and prayed for and, you know, labored over. Like, you do have the guarantee of it. That's the thing. It's like, you know, some people be doing this whole thing on their own, you know, or doing it in ways that are just really toxic, and they, you know, some of them do get, obviously, people will use power and resources to get as far as they possibly can. So, like, it's a thing, but, like, also some people just do it alone and settle, and that's okay for them, and that's what they wanted. But you know you have the ability to get some pretty rad deals out of this timeline in this life, now that you've just chosen you, is what I'm hearing. Now that you finally chose you. So, like, what do you want to do now? Because you could fuck up again. You could learn the lesson again. You know. And honestly, at that point, if you do it again, did you really learn this time? But, you know. I'm gathering that you know, are pondering these big thoughts. Like, if I fuck this up, then what? Like, am I not going to get any other chances? Like, and you're worried that you're going to fuck up prematurely because you've been told, don't fuck this up. Drama. Me too. Hey, twin. But it's cool. It's cool, seriously. You're going to be okay. You have it in your lineage. You are the first curse breaker in your lineage that remains, but you do still have ancestors that broke some of those chains in other areas of your lineage. You should look them up. You should look into them, because they could have some insight for you based on the remnants of what their life catalogs for them. They could have some pretty good insight and direction as well, because like, you're the first, like I said, in this particular line of your lineage, but there are some branches that, you know, like places in your lineage that branched off, and they also did some of that work, so you can look into them. Instead of worrying about being worthy for the good thing that's coming your way, like, still after all of that work that you did, you're still kind of like not sure. Instead of spending time worrying about stuff like that, might I suggest not, and instead focusing on the very real promised reality of the abundance, and maybe even talk about what you're gonna do with it. Yeah, talk about what you're gonna do with it. Why don't you lament about that? Like, what are you gonna do when you have everything that you need to start the business that you always wanted to start, now that you finally have stability to do it? While I do my eyeliner, ponder. Like, how are you going to divvy up the organizations that matter to you, those donations that you will have the ability to like match amongst like you and maybe your following or something, or the business that you own? Like, how would you like to do that? What are those organizations you want to start donating to when you have the means? What foundation do you want to start? Have you thought of that instead of freaking out about not being worthy? Jesus. What are you going to do when you have the ability to eat healthier? What kind of recipes do you think you would like to come up with based off of all of your safe foods? dramatic you are. What about the way that you want to decorate your new workspace? Or share ways of, like, cozying up a workspace. I saw a video a while back of this person who is like 40 and just got diagnosed with autism, and like what their work from home space had, and it had, like, you know, a hanging hammock to like get some, like, the weight off of her back, and, you know, she's just dangling in the middle of the air, just like living her best life in the middle of her workday, because it's literally healthcare to be able to get comfortable during the day while you're working. Can you believe it? You know, like, that's what we're talking about here, not all this scary shit you've been on. Everybody's gotta take the L's. I keep saying that. It's like, we all have our shit. We all have our reckonings. We all have to face that shadow. And there is sometimes, you know, the darkest part of your shadow that may be scary or embarrassing. You know, what you're capable of in any reality can be scary. So, like, yeah, sometimes it's healthy to be scared sometimes. Like, sometimes you need to be fucking scared to make the changes that you need to make. Like, sometimes intimidation works in the way of, like, oh, you have to see how fucking real this can get when you keep making these kind of decisions. You know, learning the hard way. It's like, won't take my word for it? Look. It happens like this every time. Natural law and all that. I keep having that on my mind as well. We're doing sisters and not twins with these eyeliners because, again, this is drama. We're preparing for the theater. We want our eyes to be seen from 20 billion miles away. We want this eyeliner to E.T. phone home. Oh, I did not show you anything I'm using. You know, I'm not actually going to do this because here's the thing. It's all old makeup. And pretty much all the same makeup I use every time because I actually don't have a super large inventory of makeup right now. Where I'm just, like, using totally new things. Same shit as the other days. Essentially. Sorry. I think, though, to be a little empathetic here as a human being, person to person, I think, I think that it's really nice to get reassurance. As human beings, reassurance is just, like, something innate in all of us. Just periodic reassurance. Like, yeah, we're good. Yeah, I know that you said it over and over again, but the right here and the right now is what I'm looking for. It's more like, don't get so attached to the reassurance that you worry yourself out of the very thing that you're wanting reassurance that will happen, because just as much as you are being blessed by the divine, you're a co-creator in a lot of this. Um, like, it's y'all together. Like, you're not, like, yeah, you have surrendered to this, like, best version of a plan for your life, is what I'm hearing. And you still, in all of that infinite wisdom and all of that knowledge and all of that understanding, have the free will to do whatever you want. And you realize that, like, you can make decisions after all of this that knocks you off that stuff. And you know exactly what they are. Your move. And I get, like, as a human, like, again, human to human, like, right? That's a big responsibility to just be like, holy shit, I definitely can fuck this up. Like, or I really can justifiably do a number of things based on how I'm feeling. So, like, you're worried about, like, if you're gonna still be a good being after all of this, like, should you have gone down this path and learned all that you've learned? Can't find the shit I'm looking for. To rummage. Yeah, that's where you're at. Like, you're just worried that because you know you're capable of fuck shit and, you know, have been held accountable for fuck shit and understand that you will always be held accountable by fuck shit. That's just, again, natural law. You're worried that you're gonna fuck this up. And that is exactly what a good being would worry about, is, like, after all of this, what if I become the fucking worst? Like all of these other people. What if one day you pull a fast one on me and it's so bad and I'm supposed to grow from that, but I decide that day with all the knowledge I have now, and it's just like, what if? That's true. What if? Okay, good talk. I'm getting comfortable with the I don't know sentence. I'm loving it. Because I don't. Like, I don't fucking know. I know who I am, and that is super fucking important. Super fucking important. And honestly, the only thing I have actual control over. So, like, let's see. It's getting dark in here. Oh, yes. The lighting sucks, but I can see. Yeah, I mean, what if? But you're in the here and in the now, and you know that you're fucking trying. Like, you know you are. So, give yourself some fucking credit, you know? Like, no, I actually don't want to do that. Never mind. I'm fine like this. Like, I hate to ask what's the worst that could happen, but seriously, like, maybe that's better? I don't know. Sorry, y'all. because right now you're in like an upswing, so like the complaining will get old. Oh my gosh, 1 hour. My videos run long, but like I don't have like a schedule. My shit's just kind of like what it needs to be for who it needs to be for as long as it needs to be for. Not that like people who have schedules aren't channeling, like I actually don't believe that that is true. That's just not the contract or like the commune that I have. That's not like my stuff. So here we take things slow. And yes, I had to whip up the brush lipstick. Because, again, dramatic. Oh, but it's just so fire engine-y. I want to get some dimension a little bit. I hope you have a list of charities you're planning to donate to while I've been sitting here doing my lipstick in silence after taking up an hour of this video. But seriously, like, I think Spirit's just like, you've spent a really long time freaking out. It's time to show some trust. Because, like, you've already, like, they already came through for you enough times for you to be like, alright, you're right. I'm gonna quit being freaked out for no reason. Dramatic. But I think you're so funny, and I bet you're so funny. I bet you're so funny. I bet your storytelling is absolutely out of this world. Whatever kind of art style that I'm sensing from you that's very, like, it's giving speakeasy, it's giving you have a special entrance, it's giving backstage passes and powder rooms. Where the hell is my lip gloss? Sorry, y'all. But, like, that's what I feel and am, like, getting from you. And yeah, I bet your storytelling is phenomenal. I bet it's phenomenal, because, again, like, I think, you know, sometimes, yeah, we can get a little too dramatic and it's overkill, but I think also, you know, when channeled in the right way, because, like, that's just kind of who you are, you probably are great at parties. So just, stop being your own worst fucking enemy here. Because you know how that goes. You know where that leads. You do. I have shit in my teeth I can't get to, but that's why I'm not smiling with my teeth. Like, yeah, makeup look. Is it giving the drama? Are we dramatic? I don't have lashes right now, plus like every time I put them on they piss off my face. Like, just certain stimuli I can't. I'm gonna read, though, that first card again. The shadow work, or the shadow meditation for this card here. O'Shea. Love, fame, and glory might seem a nice place to be, but do I allow myself to be vulnerable? Am I showing myself the way I truly am? Or am I living like a fantasy character just to feel liked and approved by people around me? The ego stroking is going to feel good because you are that bitch. You are. With a flair, it seems. But, keep your wits about you, bro. You know what you signed up for. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know that that's what you asked for. You know that you are co-creating. So, I think you're gonna be okay though. Again, like I'm giving you the tough love because you are just like elevating your fucking blood pressure from all the way over here, worrying about this shit like you're in your head. I would honestly suggest taking a bubble bath. I've been taking bubble baths because my muscles are really like sore, and I'm like doing more like not working out, but just like being outside and in nature, and I get buff, but then I get tense. So I've been taking Epsom salt baths, and I've been telling a lot of people to do it because there's just a lot of like tension and a lot of like emotional and physical tension going on right now in my hemisphere, and so I'm just like, homie, like the best thing you can do for yourself in that situation is not burn yourself out and make it worse. Go take a bath. Like, calm the fuck down. Reassess whether or not everything you're freaking out about needs to be freaked out about. Some of it, yes, but all of it, especially when you know that you're going to be okay, that you're blessed, that you're highly favored, that you're protected, stop it. But yes, this is the dramatic ass look I have for your energy. Let's take a deep breath. Remember to breathe. Okay. Keep doing that. Drink some water. Remember to breathe. Bye.